Hey peeps, DJMK here and welcome to another video. And today, it is Visual Novel Wednesday. How am I doing today? Well, a bit more well rested than yesterday, that's for sure. And I may look a little bit upset because in some ways I am. Just Netflix, why? Why did you have to mess up the biggest part of my childhood? Why? But then again, if I dropped every single thing that I felt like was problematic or was going to be the end of my childhood as I knew it, I honestly wouldn't have a show anymore. So, gotta choose my battles. But anyway, hey everybody. Hope everybody's doing well today. Today it is Visual Novel Wednesday, which means yes, it's another visual novel. I know I still need to finish Iris. I have not done so yet, but I definitely need to. So yeah, I know it's been quite a few months, but I will get back to it. But in the meantime, I feel like doing something new. And the premise of Cinderella Phenomenon is pretty fun. I like it. I like the premise because I like the way that it twists fairy tale tropes in particular. So, this game I also found on itch.io, but I found it way easier to download via Steam. So if you're gonna buy this game, you can do it via itch.io, but I find it better to use Steam to download this. It was 10 times easier to use it. So here is the summary to the Cinderella Phenomenon. 4 years after the end of the Great War and the loss of her mother, Crown Princess Lucette of Angiel is still struggling to come to terms with her new life and stepfamily. Cold-hearted and bitter, Lucette's life is once again turned upside down by the fairy tale curse. Whoops. She is thrown into a battle to regain her crown in a fractured kingdom where nothing is as it seems. Darn it, I had a joke in my head just earlier. Let me put it in after, like, when I edit this. So, hold on. When will Netflix learn not to mess with nostalgic properties? But then again, if I dropped every single problematic thing that they did, I wouldn't have a show anymore. And plus, I'm not interesting enough until I get over this curse, which will not break until I get to grad school. Speaking of which, welcome to the Cinderella Phenomenon, a visual novel where we play a crown princess who is struck with the fairy tale curse. What is this fairy tale curse? Obviously, it has to relate with Cinderella, if it's called Cinderella Phenomenon, but we'll see. Okay, so there's the editing part. So, yeah, that tie-in's not going to work very well, but hey, I did something. Mom? I do, but it's too far along at this point. I'm better off calling in. I do, but it's too far along at this point. No. I lost track. My mom's back home, by the way. Hi, Mom. So, so this one looks very promising to me because this one, I feel like out of all the independent visual novels I've come across so far, this one seems to be the most detailed. Pocket Mirror, I think, it's one up on that because it has multiple endings you can go through. So, I'm figuring out wineskin on that game, but once I set that up, that might be the next one I'm going for. But anyway, apparently the features for this game, that's pretty much the size of almost 5 novels. There's 235,636 words in here. You can actually customize the name. So I could go back to the Elizabeth Deverell name, but we'll stick with Lucette to keep it canon. There's also 5 pursuable bachelors, each with a unique storyline, but you can only play 2 of them for your first go around, and then after that you could get the rest of them opened up. There's 10 side characters with their own backstories, 10 endings, so I'm guessing it's good, bad for each of them, so that makes sense why it's 10. 60 plus unlockable CGs, 15 original backgrounds, original theme song, and a right choice indicator, which apparently there's like a crystal that pops up on like the top right of the screen to indicate you actually made the correct choice, which I am curious as to how it's gonna go. It's kind of like how in the game White Day, if you pick a correct choice, it flashes green after you pick the choice, and then if you make it wrong, then it's red all of a sudden. But here's what it says. Fritz and Walx's routes are locked at the start of the game. You need to complete 2 of the 3 routes available at the beginning of the game to unlock them. If you like a recommended playing order in terms of the build-up of plot, here is a recommendation. Rod, then Karma, then Rumpel, then Fritz, then Waltz. The right choice indicator may show belatedly, so be sure to watch for it. So, yeah. It's entirely free on Steam. It's also entirely free on itch.io, but you can name your price. If you donate to $5, you get a free art book with it. So, just to let you know what's going on. But yeah, I found downloading via Steam was a lot easier, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm holding off. Let's get started. Yeah, the reason why I didn't start with any music today or ended it, is because I've been struggling. I mean, let's face it, YouTube in particular, we're having way too hard of a time when it comes to picking tracks that we're okay with using, even if it's just for like 10 seconds, which is oftentimes how long we tend to use our tracks. But the moment like you just sniff one track away, even if we acknowledge it openly, it's still like, yeah, bye-bye. And I almost made a gigantic goof on Monday's live stream. I played a track that I really enjoyed. I came across it via Twitch Presents. Those who watch that will pretty much know. And thankfully I did research, more research on the track, and I found out that you actually had to buy the copyright before you actually are able to use it for streaming, and it's an exorbitant amount of money, so it really wasn't worth it to me to use it, even though ironically BuzzFeed used it in one of their videos. But then again, that's BuzzFeed. I'm only a single YouTuber, so there's that. And then there's also but then there's also the fact that like I have a certain idea in mind when it comes to videos, and then I can't follow through with that vision, and then I try to look for something close to that, and it doesn't work. So it's like I have to like scrap everything entirely. It's frustrating. My number one rule is that I always give credit where it's due. I always name names, especially if they didn't ask for that direct credit for the work. I always make sure that there's adequate credit for these artists, because these artists need to eat too. I'm not making any money off of this. I want to make sure they have their business intact. So this is nothing but just spreading the word that, hey, this artist is awesome. You should go support their work. That's all I'm doing. So, yeah. That's my rant out of the way. But thankfully, somebody reached out. Actually, somebody the other day just reached out to me on Twitter. His artist name is Inverse Phase, and he specializes in chiptunes. So I actually may include a couple of his tracks in a couple of videos that I'm editing this week. I'm so excited. So thank you, Inverse, if you happen to watch this video later on. Thank you so much for that. You actually saved me from a really, really stressful dilemma that I've been having the past few weeks. So thank you. Thank you very much. So, without further ado, I've been delaying way too long. I apologize. But here is the Cinderella Phenomenon. So, I'm going to get this game started. And And let me get the siphon going. Ooh. Ooh. I like this logo. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the studio is called Dice Ski. Oh, I'm gonna have to restart this. Hold on. Let me restart this because that was pretty cool. I have to say, that was pretty cool. Because I had like a cool intro and everything. Hold on, let me get this up so that way you can see it. Window capture. No. Come on. It's not showing it, no. It looks cool! Oh my gosh, I'm trying to get this to work. Okay, stay tuned, my friends. Just stay tuned. I am going to try to get this to work. I'm trying to get this to work. Okay. OBS sometimes. It's kind of stubborn. Come on, Cinderella Phenomenon. Just please get me to work. Come on. Show me. There we go. And here it is. I love the opening. It looks like an anime. And that kind of reminds me of a Starseed.
Lives in a monochrome world, working from the side through her lonely eyes. It reflects the ocean and stars, but her cry echoes around the simple loss of love in her heart, making this whole fairy tale alive. And sorrow's tender embrace. This was never meant to happen. The light of the day, the only reason you have to stay. Hear me sing my song and just keep holding on. Cinderella, why don't you stay with me tonight? We will dance until midnight comes and we could run away. Oh, we will never ever be apart. Set aside all your fears, this magic lives inside your heart. I am here, would you wanna stay with me tonight? Follow me, we will run across the bridge of fantasy. Oh, all the pain and sadness that you feel, believe in me, hold me close, don't never let me go. Come and stay with me forever. Magic lives so long as I am here.
That's a really good intro. It really reminds me of things like Dramatical Murder and Corpse Party, with the way the animation is. But yeah, welcome to Cinderella Phenomenon. And honestly, wow, this is so well done. I love it already. And those stars really remind me of Starseeds, like, you know, from Sailor Moon Stars, the final season. But yeah, I'm just so excited. Oh. Alright, here's Cinderella Phenomenon. And let's turn down the music just a touch, because I can barely hear myself. There we go. And let's increase the volume on me, that way you can hear me. And we'll increase the text speed just a little bit, because I know, like, with YouTube in particular, there tends to be a little bit of a delay. Gonna enable the right choice indicator. And let's keep it to the window. And okay. Oh, whoops! I quit the game! I didn't know the quit was for... Oh my gosh. Oh, it was return. I feel ridiculous. Seems like every single live stream I start like this. Let's try this again. Okay, there we go. And the music is not as deafening anymore, so there we go. Now let's start with the game. Okay, let's start. Recommend viewing this tutorial if it's your first time playing a RenP visual novel. Thankfully, The Lady's Choice is also a RenP programmed visual novel, so this is not my first ride in the woods. So no, but thank you. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there were two crystals. One was the Crystallum Lucius, protected by the ruler of the fairies. The other was the Crystallum Tenebrarum, which was watched over by the High Leader of the Witches. The Lucius was sustained by love, happiness, and joy. The Tenebrarum by fear, anger, and hatred. The fairies and witches lived in harmony with the humans of the kingdom. It's starting to feel like Avatar. They regulated the powers of the crystals in order to maintain balance between darkness and light. For there could be no joy without sadness, no courage without fear. At least acknowledge that balance, that's good. The kingdom was at peace for a time. I wouldn't be surprised if it tore in half in the middle right here. Then, one day, a traveling bard decided to write stories, tales of the magic and wonders of the kingdom. He named these stories fairy tales. In fairy tales, the light always emerged victorious, and true love was the usual reward. The fairy tales spread further than could have been predicted. The humans of the kingdom began to believe that fairy tales were true, and that the magic of the witches was inherently wicked and cruel. The witches became hated and feared. Eventually, they were hunted like animals. The witch hunt. The High Leader of the Witches, in all her anger, created the fairy tale curse. You think we are wicked? So be it. Just as you have taken our happily ever afters, we shall take yours. The witches used the fairy tale curse to attack humans indiscriminately, ultimately throwing the kingdom into chaos and darkness. The ruler of the fairies, the Lucius Bearer, sought to regain peace. But the witches were blinded by their hatred for humans, who were responsible for the witch genocide. A terrible war, the Great War, began. Eventually, the Tenebrarum Bearer, the High Leader of the Witches, was finally defeated. The Tenebrarum was lost, peace was restored, and the light once again triumphed. So the moral of the story is, blame the bard for rewriting history. But darkness can never fully disappear. It waits in the shadows, patient for when its time will inevitably return. And like I said earlier, we're going to keep with the canon name, Lucette. Prologue. The Princess. My name is Lucette Riella Britton, daughter of King Gennaro Britton III. I'm the crown princess of the kingdom of Angeli. At least, that was who I used to be. But that was before yesterday, when I became a victim of the infamous fairy tale curse. Everyone has forgotten my birthright. Now, I'm nothing more than a lowly peasant. I feel like I'm stuck in a nightmare. But no, this is my reality now. I still have no idea what I must do to break the curse. I close my eyes and remember that day. It had started out like any other day. Have you heard? Another person was cursed! I'm on my way to the dining hall for breakfast when I stop and listen to the sound of hushed voices. There are two maids standing next to each other with brooms in hand. These two are slacking off again. That's terrible! What fairy tale curse was it? They said it was Pinocchio. Pinocchio? The fairy tale with the lying boy whose nose grows longer? That's awful. You know, more and more people have been getting cursed lately. You think those wicked witches are up to something again? I thought fairy tale curses would stop after you-know-who was defeated. You two were hired to work, not talk. We're sorry, Your Highness. This can only be expected from the likes of them. And that, my dear, is how you got cursed. Another fairy tale curse? The fairy tale curse started spreading even before the Great War began. I do not have much interest in its effects even now. After all, most humans probably deserve to get cursed. The victims are weak. Reason number 2 why I got cursed, honey. Angiali would be better off without the dead weight. If it were up to Mother, the curse would have been banished from Angiali the instant they fell prey to it. But Mother is not here anymore. And she will not come back. Ever. Princess? The king and queen are waiting in the dining hall. I'm on my way. The king, Ophelia, and Rod are all present in the dining hall. Someone is conspicuously missing, but I ignore their absence. Good morning, Lucette. Good morning, Your Majesty. Good morning, Lucette. Lucette? Ophelia? Ophelia Woodensov. Every day I wondered why my father, the king, married a lowly baker. She could never be a true queen, for she pales in comparison to Mother. I take my seat next to the king, then look up at the person sitting opposite me. Rod Benedict Woodensov, my stepbrother, is bored and quiet as usual. He's 2 years my junior as the younger of Ophelia's children. He's mute and uses a plush bunny to voice his thoughts. It was permanently given to him by a fairy. He minds his own business and is easy to deal with. But his older sister... My eyes go to the empty seat beside him. She's probably the most infuriating person I've ever had the displeasure of knowing. I'm so sorry I'm late. I was reading and forgot the time. And here she is. Good morning, dear father, Mother. Good morning, Rod. And good morning to you, Lucette. It's a beautiful morning, isn't it? Emmeline Woodensov, Rod's elder sister and my stepsister. She acts as if we are blood, as if she too were born a princess. As if she could be crowned princess, perhaps steal my place. I will never let that happen. Goodness. I'm starting to hate her more and more, and it's like, no wonder you got her sweet curse, sweetheart. Because you're a jerk to everybody. But Ophelia, Rod, and Emmeline did nothing to you. Now that everyone is here, let us begin. Butlers glide inside with silver trays to carefully serve us breakfast. So, Emmeline, you were reading the fairy tale books that the king brought you? Oh, yes. There are so many, and they are all so wonderful. Even though those fairy tales, ironically enough, are the reason why your kingdom is cursed. Hilarious. Thank you so much, Father. I'm happy that you like them. I love them. It's so strange that the library didn't have any of them to begin with. I wonder why. That is because Mother hated them. She had all the books burned. they're such charming stories. Fairy tales mislead humans into believing they can have things they do not deserve. Fame, riches, love, happily ever afters. Well, considering who King Gennaro married, I mean, your stepmother's literally Cinderella. And when their wishes do not come to fruition exactly as they want them to, the humans blame the witches for granting them in the first place. What are you implying about the witches, Lucette? The atmosphere shifts, the air in the room growing heavy. I continue to eat. Perhaps witches are not responsible for the evil in this world. Perhaps humans are the cause of their own downfall. Have you any idea what you're talking about, child? Well, in that sense, she's not exactly wrong. Witches have caused nothing but pain and suffering to this kingdom. Even now, they still spread the fairy tale curse to our innocent subjects. The truth is, I know very little about the time the witches had free reign over Angeli. I was very young then, and Mother forbade me to leave the palace, sometimes even my room. I know nothing of the people's supposed pain and suffering. Mother kept me away from everyone. And so, I cannot bring myself to care. How do you know the cursed are innocent? Our people have been toiling day and night to rebuild Angel after the Great War. Our people are the kingdom's foundation, and I am endlessly grateful for their determination and resolve. Every day I wonder what your mother taught you about. Leave Mother out of this! Dear, please. You said, darling, your father didn't mean to. I'm not one of your children, Ophelia. I do not need your sympathy. Lucette, you will show your mother respect. She is not my mother. I set down my fork and knife and stand up. I am done. Excuse me. My father and I never got on, but our relationship has significantly worsened since she married the baker. My father, the king, it has been 17 years and I've never felt any love from him. He treats Emmeline and Rod, who only entered our life 1 year ago, like his own children, better than he has ever treated me. This has been my life ever since Mother passed away 4 years ago. Mother was the only one that was there for me when no one else was. If it wasn't for the accident during the Great War, she would still be here. Why the sour face so early in the morning, Princess? Oh, okay. Suitor number 2, I guess. Let me guess. It's the king, queen, or Princess Emmeline. Or is it all of them? I ignore his question. Fritz, what are you doing here so early? I'm running some errands for my father. Fitzgerald Aiden Leverton, son of the highest knight of the Order of Caldera. His father, Sir Alcaster, has served the royal family for many, many years. Sir Alcaster was one of the king's most trusted advisors. 3 years ago, Fritz was assigned the honor of becoming my personal knight. His presence is the only company I can tolerate nowadays. You should wait in the throne room, then. Thank you. Princess? Yes? You know, I haven't seen you smile once since I've met you. Why is that of any importance? You got him awkward, though. Still, I do hope to see you smile one day, Princess. Well, I won't take up more of your time. I'll see you at 10. 10? Don't tell me you've forgotten. Forgotten what? You're going to town today, remember? I deflate as the realization dawns on me. It's been 2 days since the king issued the order. Lucette, I'd like you to accompany Emmeline on one of her town outings. Surely you could send maids with her instead. And when I've requested you to accompany her, I was going to send her with her maids. I want you to make an effort to get along with your sister. Stepsister. She is your sister, and you will treat her with Rod as if they were of your blood. 2 days from now, you're going to accompany Emmeline outside. It has been 4 years since you last left the palace. Ever since then, you've locked yourself away. You barely leave your room. Angiel was in the grip of war back then. Now the kingdom is safe and back to its former glory. I want you to see how beautiful Angiel really is. Lucette, a princess must know her kingdom. Go with Emmeline, and she will show you the town that you only ever see through your windows. Is that an order? If it needs to be. Are we clear? Lucette? Understood. The last time I left the palace was 4 years ago, when the king took me with him to check on the people after the Great War had ended. I shake my head, moving myself in the memory. I am safe here. Princess, are you alright? It won't be that bad. The townsfolk are good people. How can you be so sure? Times have changed. People change. That's precisely the problem. Mother never changed. Mother loved me until the end. Well, your mother's not here anymore, and you have a new one, so get used to it. Lucette is really pissing me off, honestly. What is it about me and picking the jerkish characters in visual novels? It's annoying. Anyway. Sometimes change is for the better, Princess. I think you'll see that today. If you'll excuse me, I shall see you later. Laura, do you think witches are capable of bringing back the dead? I wish you could talk to me, you and the others. My dolls are my only friends. They're the only ones I can trust. Unlike humans, they will never betray me. They will never hurt me. They will always be there for me. What about the fairies, though? Like, they were the ones trying to help out and bringing peace back to the kingdom. What happened to them? I guess she's like fearful of any magical being. Anyway, the moment I saw Delora, I knew she was special. She was different, so elegant and realistic. It was almost as if she was breathing. Well, considering the way she's drawn, she was the gift from the king on my 17th birthday. So, if she was 17 when she wasn't able to leave the palace, that means she would be like what, 21? Yeah, she's 21. Wow. I always started receiving dolls from him when Mother passed away. Mother does not believe in birthday celebrations. Apparently your mother's also very much a killjoy. Wow. But every year, at midnight, a letter would appear under my door. It would contain instructions leading me through the palace on an adventure to a room filled with gifts, cakes, and sweets. A child's dream. I've been fascinated by the dolls, which had always had a little greeting card. A card with the words, "I love you" on it, signed by M. The card would tell me to keep the celebration a special secret, but I didn't need to be told that. Mother always found a way to show me she still cared. In her own way. The secret celebrations had stopped as soon as she had disappeared. Wait, she disappeared or is she dead? Yes? Excuse me, Your Highness. The king has requested your presence. This better not be another lecture. Tell him I'm on my way. Ooh, I got the curtsy animation there, too. I will see you later, Delora. Wait a minute! There is a crystal right on her cape. I have a feeling that might be related, but we'll see. Oh. Good morning, Your Highness. Sir Mithros. Sir Mithros, the royal advisor. Father trusts him a great deal, just like he does Sir Ocaster. Every day you look more and more like your mother. I sometimes find Sir Mithros talking to Mother's portrait when he thinks no one is looking. He must have admired her a lot, but I cannot bring myself to think highly of him. There's something about him that puts me on edge. Are you on your way to see the king? I shall not keep you then. Until our next meeting, dear princess. Okay, then I can see why. Your Majesty. Lucette, are you ready? You will enjoy this, Lucette. I heard the toy shop has lovely dolls. This will be good for you. You will get to know your sister better, and you'll be able to interact with and learn about the people of Angiel, about our subjects. I would not learn anything I do not already know. Why do I always believe that the people around you are incapable of good? Because I've seen how quickly people will betray and manipulate each other to get what they want. Mother warned me about human nature. Seriously, how did this king and her mother get together? It's strange. It's so weird. You do not see clearly, Lucette. If you'd only open your eyes, you would be able to see how good people really are. I believe I'm already quite capable of seeing the true nature of people. After all, I've seen that there's no good in you. Okay, I'm tempted to quit this game right now, because, my gosh, the more I'm playing, the more she's really pissing me off. Right, Amirsh? Thank you. Amirsh81 from Twitch, welcome to the stream. But yeah, Amirsh. Exactly. She is pissing me off. It's fun doing angry voices sometimes. I'm a voice actor, part-time, by profession, by the way. Mainly for audiobooks. But, my god. I'm doing this voice all the time, and even that's making me exhausted. Seriously, to your dad? Come on. The game's called Cinderella Phenomenon. You gotta know if you do something cruel to your dad, there's something that's gonna be up with the kingdom. But anyway. Lucette, where were you when I needed you 4 years ago? Where have you been ever since? Back then, I've been overflowing with grief and pain. I just lost Mother, my entire world. I'd hoped that maybe then he would have shown me love and compassion. Even just a hug to let me know someone was there. And again, you remember like King Chaka, where like he's very he seems like kind of detached partially, because like Duty kind of calls him all the time. I don't know. I don't know if we'll get Gennaro's backstory or not, but we'll see. It had been a childish hope. I had been left alone. Because your dad's trying to save the kingdom from falling apart? I did not see him for months. Had barely heard his voice. Because he's trying to save the kingdom from falling apart. Do you not realize that? You cannot rely on anyone but yourself. You cannot trust anyone but yourself. This is what you have taught me, Your Majesty. I know that I've hurt you, and I know there's nothing that I can do to atone for what I did. But please, Ophelia and her children are not a part of that. They do not deserve to be hated. In the end, they still matter to him more than I ever did. Lucette. Enough! I already said that I will go. Everyone is waiting outside. I shudder at the thought of leaving the palace after so many years. Really? I bet Elsa and Anna would be rejoicing at that. Well, then again, Elsa was still kind of in the closet about her powers, but still, nevertheless, they would have way more fun compared to Lucette. You know what? I think I'll call her Princess Stick in the Mud. Lucette, it will be okay. How can you be so sure? Thank you for agreeing to accompany Emmeline. I will not disobey an order from the king. That means you'd basically have to make every single thing in order for her to do anything. That's ridiculous. God. Oh, this game's painful. But the music's beautiful. I will give it that. The music in this game is gorgeous. The opening is gorgeous. Everything about this game is gorgeous. The art is amazing. The backgrounds are amazing. Just this text box. Everything. Just, oof. But I just want to get to like Lucette at some point. I want to like her at some point. But she's just a jerk. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Hello, how can I help? Viorica! Emmeline! I mean, Princess Emmeline, how good to see you! I trail Emmeline. Ignoring her, she embraces her friend. Can we just play as Emmeline instead? She seems like a sweet person. I would hang out with her. I glance around the small shop. The dolls displayed are nowhere near the quality of the ones in my room. I cannot understand why Emmeline insisted she buy gifts for her friends here. I can't believe I'm outside the palace. There's no need to be so tense, Princess. I never let anything happen to you. Your only job is to relax and enjoy yourself. You ask the impossible of me. There's no need to be formal, Viorica. I'm still the same as I was. Oh, yes! Rod's come along as well. It's been a while, Viorica. It's good to see you again, too, Rod. And I must introduce you to Her Highness, the Crown Princess Lucette. The look on Viorica's face as she takes a step back from me is all too familiar. Fear. Because you have an RBF. I'm sorry for the terminology, but that's the best I can describe it. My apologies for being so rude, Your Highness. Good morning. What just happened? And this is Sir Fitzgerald, Sir Alcaster's son. It's a pleasure to meet you, my lady. Oh, you're Sir Fitzgerald? You really are as handsome as Emmeline described in her letters. I'm sorry? Please don't mind her, Sir Fitzgerald. Oh. I'm sorry, Emmeline. Right. So, what brings you all the way here? Oh, I'm here to get some toys, gifts for some new friends. Toys from here? Are you sure? Of course I am. I cross my arms. I prefer we finish this errand as quickly as possible. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, Your Highness. Princess, I could barely breathe in here. I just want to go back to the palace. Because they're being so uppity and a jerk. And, ooh, who's this person? She's pretty. Good morning. Use the description, beautiful lady. Wow. Well-timed statement, but I guess it's universal. Huh. Up until this point, I'd always considered Mother to be the fairest beauty in the land. The lady that walks in proves me wrong. Her beauty is mesmerizing, and clearly without peer. Everyone in the shop is openly staring. Oh, you're early today, ma'am. I have some important errands to run later today. Are the items ready now? Oh, of course. Let me go fetch them for you. I'll be just one moment, Emmeline. Why is she smiling at me? Oh, snap! She's the witch who's gonna put the curse to Lucette, isn't she? Here we go. Here you are, ma'am. Thank you. Ooh, yep, I think, yeah, she's about to curse somebody. She looks like that. That lady was beautiful. Right? Any girl standing next to her becomes hopelessly ugly by comparison. Who is she? She's new around town. Some say that she's a fairy. A fairy. Fairies had saved NGL from the witches 4 years ago. Everyone considered them our saviors. And yet the fairies are still unable to stop the fairy tale curse from spreading. Here you go. Thank you so much. No, thank you, Viorica. I hope to drop by again soon. Good. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. I hope to see you again soon as well, Rod. Likewise. Leaving the palace was a bad idea. While I'm out, I'm the center of attention. Some townsfolk point and stare at me. Most, however, make a point of avoiding me. Like I'm the plague. I wonder why. Anyway. There are some spiteful stares, but thankfully none are as nearly as intense as they were 4 years ago. I'm sure the townsfolk are only surprised to see you again after so many years. Right. Fitz and Rod lag behind us, which leaves only Emmeline walking beside me. I cannot decide which is worse, the staring or her company. Oh, Lucette, look! A street performance! It's been so long since I've last watched one. Street performance? Good day, everyone! My name is Waltz, and I'm here to spread some happiness and magic. The boy named Waltz snaps his fingers, and colorful flower petals start to rain down from the sky. Esmeralda? Isn't that pretty, Lucette? And are those the princesses over there? It is an honor to have you in attendance. Please accept this humble gift. He snaps his fingers and white lilies appear in his hand. Ooh, pretty. Oh, thank you. The boy looks at me, as if expecting some kind of reaction. When he gets nothing from me, he sighs and gives me a wry smile. I hope to see you again during my next show. We'll definitely try. Well, unfortunately, it might not be until I finish the next 2 endings, because unfortunately, his route along with Fritz's route, they are locked until I get at least 2 of the 3 endings from Rod, Karma, or Rumpel. So, otherwise, this dude, I would totally go for him. He's pretty cool. He gracefully bows before moving back into his area to perform more magic tricks for a gathering crowd. There are performances like this all around Angeli. I love them. Maybe someday we'll get to see some musicians too. Those are my favorite. I do not intend to leave the palace again. But you don't like it out here? Ron and I grew up here. I love Angel, and it's my favorite part of the kingdom. I want to share this with you, Lucette. I know you didn't really want to come, but you still tagged along. That means a lot to me, so thank you. I did not do this for you. I'm only here because the king ordered me to go with you. I just want us to be closer, Lucette. I would like to try and be your friend. I do not want or need your friendship. No matter how you act around me, we are not and will never be sisters. I'd take care to remember that if I were you. But Rod suddenly grabs my hand, pulling me away from Emmeline. Stop! He is staring daggers at me. I think this is the first time I've ever seen him angry. No, duh! You just dissed his sister. Of course he'd be mad. Rod, don't let me go. Both of you ought to stay away from me. I feel the heavy atmosphere to turn to look at the people staring at us. Yeah, that too. At least Chala was smart enough to stop attacking what's his name in Seoul. Sorry, should have warned spoilers, but at least he was smart enough to do that. But you're not smart at all. You're glad you don't live in the era of smartphones. The expressions mirror the looks of disdain I saw years ago. Anger, disgust, hatred. I begin to walk away. Princess, wait! Don't follow me! Princess! I adjust my cloak, making sure my face is hidden from view. I never should have left the palace. As I walk around, I watch people bundling down the streets. So carefree. They work so hard with so little reward. They can work their entire lives and never have a fraction of what I have. And yet, they're happy. And I heard a niece loves her job in the palace. It's true. Crown Princess Lucette made sure the poor girl was fired. I stop in my tracks at the mention of my name. Not again. A niece? Was that the name of that one maid that tore Dolores' dress? If so, my decision to fire her was justified. No, it's not! What in the world? A palace maid cannot be clumsy. Why should I tolerate poor performance? What did I do that was so wrong? I know that a niece, hardworking and big-hearted, very good with medicine. Shame that she lost her job so quickly. You know how hard the Crown Princess is to please. My friend in the palace says she doesn't even smile, only goes around with that cold look on her face. That's probably why they call her the Ice Princess. Oh boy! Thank you, game, for making a song stuck in my head, and she doesn't even fit the bill. Ice Princess? So all those times I heard the servants saying that, I always suspected they were talking about me. She's the complete opposite of our Princess Emmeline. That child's an angel. We all know she should be the Crown Princess. An orange begins to simmer inside me. Well, no, duh, you're a jerk. I cannot stand hearing anymore, so I walk away. Ever since Emmeline entered my life, I've almost been compared to her. And now I've become second best. Because you're a jerk. I am Lucette Riella Britain, daughter of King Gennaro Britain III, and the Crown Prince of the Kingdom of Angiel. I am of royal blood. She is nothing. There you are. Princess, you must come back with me. It's getting too late for you to remain outside. Princess? Are you alright? Are you hurt? I brush him off and turn away. Wait, is that a katana? I forgot how to, like, minimize the menu. But anyway. No need to fuss. Let's return to the palace. Leaving the palace was physically and mentally draining. My bed is welcoming to my usually heavy body. I turn my head and meet Dolores' glassy gaze from where she sits on my shelf. I left the palace today, Delora. It was the same as all those years ago. Everyone looked at me like I was... What have I ever done to deserve those looks? You've been a jerk to everybody. You've been taught by your mother, who sounds like a very, very evil person, let's face it. Worse than any witch that could curse you. And, you treat your step-siblings like they're dirt. Well, not very hospitable dirt, to be more specific. And you abuse your father, and apparently you abuse the maids too. So, yeah. Unfortunately, you deserve every look you get. How could I be so hated? Ice Princess. I wish Mother was here. Well, she isn't, so grow up. I look at the smiling faces of my dolls. At least I still have all of you. I yawn and stretch my arms. Good night, Delora. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Singing? But who? Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. I bake my eyes open, only to see Delora sitting right in front of me on my bed. I knew there was something up with that doll! I knew there was something up with that doll! Why would you consider that one your best friend when she looks way more suspicious? Moonlight spills upon her delicate features. How I wonder what you are. Wasn't she on the shelf with all the other dolls when I went to bed? Laura? It's almost time. I pinch my cheeks to make sure I'm not dreaming. You're not, lady. If you live in a kingdom with fairies and witches, you're not dreaming this, I assure you. It hurts. Only 10 minutes before the clock strikes 12. Oh, snap! I can't believe I'm excited for a bad guy to act, but I actually am. I hope you're ready, princess. What? My doll just turned into a human. How? Who are you? You know who I am. I've been watching you since the day your father gave me to you. What is happening? I don't think I've ever been so confused in my life. All the answers will come in time, but right now, I am here to give you something, princess. Is this Cinderella's very own glass slipper? It is beautiful, too beautiful. Then, a realization begins to dawn upon me. You're a witch! Smart girl. I need to figure that out eventually. Now it's time to say goodbye to your precious crown. What? Sweet dreams. I'm having way too much fun with this. Cinderella. Yeah, that's how we get the Cinderella phenomenon. Hey! Wake up, girl. Huh? Where am... Ow! My head. You're some nerve sleeping in front of my shop. Leave before a customer sees you. I was in my room. How am I here? Did you not hear what I said, you filthy child? Filthy? You would speak to your crown princess in such a manner? If you're the crown princess, then I'm the queen. You must have been knocked on the head quite hard to have such grand delusions. I am not delusional. I am the Cinderella Britain, blood daughter of King Gennaro Britain III, and the crown princess of Angiel. Right. The king never had a daughter with that witch. Is she referring to mother? Witch? Don't pretend to be stupid, girl. I can only stare at her puzzled. Our good king only has stepchildren, Princess Emmeline and Prince Rod. And you're most definitely neither of them. What? Now get gone before you start your crazy gibberish at my customers and scare them away. With a huff, she leads me to my own rapidly turning thoughts. I quickly realize that I'm wearing tattered shoes, that I do not even have shoes on. No. No, no. This cannot be happening. Something shines against my chest to reach up to grab it. This is... It all floods back. Delora being a witch, Cinderella's glass slipper. This is not a dream. Delora gave me the fairy tale curse! My hands begin to tremble. I must return to the palace to speak with the king. Let me in! Sorry, girl, but this place is off limits to uninvited guests. You do not understand. I'm Crown Princess Lucette Riella Britain. I must speak with my father. As loath as I am to call him that, I have to. No one will believe me if I am addressing him by title. You best leave now, nice and quiet, before we have to force you. If you would only... Make way for the king! The gates swing open, and 3 horses trot out. The soldiers ride 2 of the horses, while the last horse is a different familiar rider. Father! I immediately move to block the path of his horse. The soldiers move to hold me back. Your Majesty! What is this? Your Majesty, this girl is claiming to be your daughter. Daughter? Both my stuffed children are in the palace right now. What? Even Father's a part of this? Father, you must help me. A witch has cursed me. For once in your life, just once, help me. You must believe me. Tell me, where is your family, child? Why are you all alone? He looks at me with pity in his eyes. He's looking at me more kindly as a peasant than he ever did when I was the crown princess and his daughter. I recoil. You must be hungry. Take this. This should feed you and your family for a day or 2. The kingdom offers work opportunities to those who need them. Please let your parents know. I do not want your pity. Father, please escort this girl back to her home. Make sure she gets there safely. At once, Your Majesty. I watch as my father and his 2 guards ride away on their horses, leaving me to stand in their dust. He left me alone. Again. Where is their home, girl? There is nowhere left for me to go. Father has forgotten me. Leave me. Now look here. Our orders were to leave me alone. Suit yourself. Can't say we didn't try. Don't cause any more scenes, little girl. I watch with bleary eyes as the soldiers return to the palace. How can this be happening? I stare at the small pouch in my hands. I do not know what hurts more. The fact that I've just been unceremoniously paraded away from my home looking nothing more than a piece of garbage, or the fact that my own father does not recognize me. Oh, look at that girl's hideous dress! How difficult it is to be poor. I clutched the pouch closer to my chest as I run into an empty alley. I huddle in a corner, trying to become as small as possible. I squeezed my eyes shut, hoping that when I next opened them, everything would be back to normal. A dream? No matter what happens, you must not leave the palace. Why? The world is cruel. People will only ever hurt you. But they're always so nice to me. I have a theory. Maybe the mother came from like a super cruel, like, war-based kingdom, and so that's why she has the perspective of being terrified of everybody. That's only because you are the crown princess. They will only think of what they can take from you. I'm trying to protect you, my love. That is why you must never leave the palace. Never leave Mother. I am the only one who will ever love you so much. Do you understand? I understand. Goodness, she is cruel as sin. Chapter 1. The March-In. When I open my eyes, I'm still on the streets. I must have fallen asleep. But the nightmare continues. I'm cold in my rags. I hold myself for warmth, willing some of the cold away, but fail. My feet are numb and in pain, caked in dirt that I gathered from walking barefoot around town. There's a frightful sight. Beggar probably thought she could try her luck with the nobility that live around here. Just look how ragged she looks. What are you looking at? At two women who lack the basic manners of a noble upbringing. Silence, girl! Do you know who you're talking to? No? And I don't care. What nerve! Let's just go. There's no reason to stoop to a commoner's level. I will remember you. And once I break this curse, I'll make you regret your words. I'm acutely aware of the fact that I have not eaten anything for almost a day. I've been sitting here, thinking of the new mess that is my life. By moping around, you would not break my curse. Crying would not help either. I should find that witch first, but how? I have no idea where she is. Delora, I swear will make you regret doing this to me. When I find you, I will find food first. Is this all the king thinks I'm worth? Leave, girl. A dirty peasant like you has no place in this restaurant. But why? I can pay! Find another place. You're scaring away my customers. Am I not a customer? Shoo! There's nothing for you here. You just swatted me away like a fly. The nerve! It's something that this will get me nowhere. I ball my hands into fists and walk away. I get the same treatment at the next 3 restaurants I try. I'm treated as something less than dirt, like my money has no real value. I'm the crown princess. They have no right to turn me away like this. They do, actually. They just had no courage to do so when you were royal. I've been eating stale bread, anything to keep the hunger at bay. The bread barely helps. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice a small bakery. There are croissants on display that make my mouth water. Slowly, I begin to make my way over there. Ow! My feet ache with every step. They look and feel even worse than before. If only I had enough coins for a pair of shoes. The food is more important. If the rags that I'm wearing and the pouch of money are all that I have, then I need to prioritize. And I will die before I beg. 2 croissants. You'll need to pay, girl. There are no free handouts here. I take a coin from my pouch and hand it to her. This should be more than enough. The shop owner stares at the coin before reluctantly taking it. She has the 2 croissants in a paper bag. I will not ask where you got those coins. Are you implying that I stole them? How else would a beggar like you get that amount of coin? Now be off with you, child. I won't have you scaring away any other customers. Without another word, I turn and start to walk away from the woman. So, this is the goodness of the people of Angiel. I take a bite out of one of the croissants, cringing a little at the dryness. Hey girl! What now? We saw you at the shop. Want to share how you got your coins there? Excuse me. Look at her, brushing herself like she's royalty or something. Let me go! You ain't no better than us. Now be a good girl and hand over that pouch. The man on my left grabs my pouch and attempts to yank it away from me. I would not let these brutes take anything away from me. I elbow on the man's stomach, then aim at the kick at the other man's shin. I have an opening, and I take it. What? I pull myself free and begin to run as fast as I can. Hey! Where do I go? I'm not familiar with the streets at all. It's hard like I'm just going to hit a dead end. Where should I go? And there's my first decision. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Let's go right. Hey, this way! You're... No time to talk, princess. How do you know who I am? There's another one! Stop running, you two! Come on! The boy grabs her wrist and pulls me after him. Seriously, though, how does he know? How does he know that this is a thing? He takes up with a sudden burst of speed, and then I'm running even faster than I just was. I'm not entirely convinced following him was a good idea, but at least the boy seems to have a better sense of direction than me. Oh. Our running causes rocks in the path to come loose, and before I notice them in the path, I step down hard on them. A sharp pain shoots up in my foot, and I collapse into the ground. It hurts. Princess! I try to stand, but the pain in my feet is unbearable. I fall back down into the dirt with a gasp. I can't. I've got you now. Just hand over the coins and neither of you will get hurt. I won't let you touch her. Ha! Says the little boy. Well, well, well. Why is this ghastly sight before me? Is this the brother of that woman that we came across earlier? Two adults threatening a child and a lady. How very ungentlemanly. What are the likes of you even doing around this neighborhood? You're asking to get fleeced? Asking? Perhaps I am in the mood for a scuffle. The nobleman brandishes his sword, his expression confident, maybe even cocky. Show me what you got, sirs. And please, don't bore me. Who are these people? I ain't dealing with this for the money. He's got a sword. What? Come back here, you coward. Two of us can take him. I think your friend has the right idea. I'm not the type to show mercy. There's way too much trouble for a little gold. You're late. Sorry, kid. You know how hard it is for me to be invisible around here. Wait, what did you just call me? At ease, small one. These two know each other? I don't even know what's going on anymore. I feel ill. My head is pounding and my feet feel simultaneously like they are frozen and on fire. My stomach rumbles, the hunger coming back with a vengeance. My body feels light. Hey, princess! Princess! Calm down. Parfait will be able to help her. For now, we need to move before anyone else sees us. Yeah. Oh, that's it! There's the crystal. The crystal in the upper right corner indicates you've made the right choice for a particular love interest. Each color corresponds to a certain love interest. They also appear belatedly after you make a choice to keep your eyes and ears open. Don't worry. You're safe now. Everything is fading. A dream? What is that in your hands, Lucette? It was hurt. I just wanted to help it, but it died. It's all my fault. It's not your fault, my love. It died because it was weak. But this is the world, Lucette. Only the strong survive. The weak get cast aside to die. What kind of mother is this? Goodness, she is so cruel. You're not weak. You're a strong, my crown princess. And you do not cry. Now wipe your tears. I do not want to see you cry again. Do you understand? Yes. Now get rid of that thing and wash your hands. Did you not hear me, child? Yes, mother. Oh, you're awake. Where am I? Well, this isn't my room. My hand flies to my chest, where the little glass slipper hangs from my neck. Still here. Are you okay, miss? This girl is the maid that tore Dolores' dress. The one I fired for her clumsiness. Miss? To think that I would meet her again here, like this. Yeah! Karma! Leave me alone. Right, of course. Here's some salve I made for you. It'll help with the pain. Now what? Haven't thought at all, have you, Ice Princess? You! Suddenly, there she is. Dolores stands before me with a snide smile, looking happy with herself. She's the cause of everything I've been through. All the pain, heartache, and hunger. It's her fault. I try to stand thinking to give the witch a piece of my mind, but as soon as my feet touch the floor, pain shoots up my legs. I end up falling back to the bed. Ow! You should have been more grateful to the girl you just scared away. She's been taking care of you for the past 2 days. 2 days? I've been passed out for 2 days? I'm suddenly vibrating with anger. Remove the curse! Now! Do you think you can just command me to remove the curse in your best princess voice? What do you want? Gold? What I want is worth more than all the gold you can summon an Angel, princess. Besides, haven't you read your fairy tales? The caster cannot take a curse back. You need to focus on breaking the curse yourself if you want your life back. Must have burned those books before I could read more than 1 or 2 of them. I do not think either involved curses, just genies and trading away your voice for legs. Odd, it's good you're awake, princess. She kind of reminds me of, that one character from that comic Tea House. Yeah, she really looks like the character from Tea House. That's really cool. Parfait, should you really be up and about? Don't fuss, I'm feeling much better. Are you a witch as well? Oh, no, my name is Parfait and I'm a fairy. A witch and a fairy in one room, being friendly with one another? Impossible. Well, keep in mind they used to be allies. And again, if you read your kingdom's history, you probably would have known that. Oh, look at her face. You weren't expecting that at all, were you, princess? What's going on? I'm sure you have many questions, princess. How do you know that I'm the princess? Don't be silly. She's a fairy. Of course she knows. I promise we'll do your best to answer your questions. I don't even know where to start. What would you like to know? Okay, why do you two work together? To answer that, we'll have to give you a bit of a history lesson. Oh, I've got this. Once upon a time in a kingdom far, far away, there were 2 crystals. Dramatics aside, there's one crystal in the kingdom called the Crystallum Lucius. It's powered by happiness and love. The other is the Crystallum Tenebrarum, powered by fear and anger. The strongest of the witches is the Tenebrarum Bearer. The strongest of the fairies is the Lucius Bearer. Parfait is the Lucius Bearer. I'd taken Parfait's frail and sickly appearance. She is the strongest fairy? The Great War greatly damaged me. My powers are a fraction of what they used to be. And with no child, I have no successor to my burden. What does a bearer do? The bearers regulate the energy of the crystals and keep the balance between darkness and light. For centuries, the fairies and witches lived in harmony with the humans of the kingdom. Until a certain human decided to be a pest. Who was he? I know him as Han— Oh my god! I know him as Hans Gabriel Grimm. He wrote the fairy tales. And he started the feud between the witches and fairies in the process. How could a single person have so much power? It's the power of his words. In Grimm's stories, the witches were always evil. The humans naturally grew to fear and hate them. They began to hunt them. Didn't the witches fight back? We weren't allowed to use our powers to cause harm. But that all changed when the Tenebrarum Bearer decided revenge was more important than our promise. So, the moral of the story is, blame humans! Yay! The witches took over the kingdom. They created the fairy tale curse to spread even more sadness and anger to fill the human heart with negative emotions. Also, all to fuel the power of the Tenebrarum. The delicate balance of harmony between the crystals was broken. The witches in Tenebrarum grew far stronger than they were ever meant to be. We had no choice but to fight. And then the Great War happened. Tenebrarum was eventually defeated. The Great War was ended with the help of an unexpected ally, but many lives were lost. The good witches suffered horribly. We still have to stay hidden in hopes of having any kind of peace. Are you trying to make me believe there are good witches? The Tenebrarum could poison the heart and mind with darkness and cruelty. The witches put themselves at risk and work with Tenebrarum in maintaining harmony. Some, inevitably, are corrupted. Many good witches were corrupted during the war. Most remained that way. Many do not believe it, but witches can be just as kind as fairies. And yet, it wasn't a fairy that cursed me. I'm done by cursing you, princess. You'll thank me when you've broken it. Delora was not corrupted by the Tenebrarum. She's as good as they come. Hopefully you'll come to see that for yourself. I doubt it. But for my own inherent goodness, Parfait and I are working together because we have a common goal. Which is to restore the balance between darkness and light. What else would you like to know? More importantly, why was I cursed? Seriously? You're really going to ask that? Well, it's a visual novel. I pretty much have to. I wouldn't have asked if I knew the answer. You have such a temper on you. Very well. This one's got a simple answer. It's because you're a cold-hearted, cruel, wicked princess who deserves to be punished. Delora, a curse is the only way to force you to change your horrid ways. Delora, you could have put that more nicely. I'm pretty sure I was already being nice. Change? Why do I need to change? Are you completely unaware of how heartless you are to other people? The coldness you showed to your stepfamily and your father? The way you treat Princess Emmeline? Why would they need to be treated any differently? You need to prove that you have some goodness in you, princess. Some smidge of kindness. Why? People only show kindness when they want something from you. The instant they get what they want, they'll just throw you away. What else would you like to know? How do I break the curse? The necklace you got is one of Cinderella's glass slippers. To break the curse, you must get the second slipper. Complete the pair. And how do I do that? And plus, remember that the second slipper was actually broken by the stepmother? So, how? And how do I do that? By doing 3 good deeds. What? It's a very easy thing to do. At least for someone who knows how to do good. 3 good deeds? What does that even mean? I wouldn't even know where to start. Take heart, princess. Goodness is innate in everyone. Are you sure that's the case with this one? Delora! You're not helping. I'm a witch, and I think I have more goodness in my big toe than she has in her entire body. Now you're just being mean. For every good deed you accomplish, you'll get a piece of the glass slipper. When you've gotten all 3, you'll complete the pair and the curse will break. Simple. I suggest you start by polishing that attitude of yours. And what happens if I don't break the curse? I think you know the answer to that one already, princess. 3 good deeds and I get my life back. Easier said than done. You said Cinderella, didn't you? Didn't she just go to a ball and find a prince? What does doing good have to do with that? Clearly somebody who doesn't read wouldn't be able to answer that one. Going to a ball, finding a prince. It's also old-fashioned. No fun in that. Cinderella is a girl with a pure heart. She's always willing to help others, even when they are cruel to her. Anyway, I've brought some clothes for you. I'll leave them on the table. We'll be waiting outside. There are some people I'd like you to meet. I cannot believe this. I look down at my neatly bandaged feet. I have to admit, while sore, they're nowhere near as painful as they had been 2 days before. Here's some salve I made for you. It'll help with the pain. Why would she even care? I was reason she lost her job at the palace. Oh, she probably doesn't remember me as the princess. But still, she has no reason to do such things for me. I ignore the salve for the time being and gingerly stand up, testing my feet for the pain. The injury is definitely healing. I slowly walk over to the table and change into the clothes that have been left there. The dress is nowhere near as luxurious as the ones that I wear in the palace, but still it is far improved from my rags. All my life I've never had to lift a finger. And now, I will not let them see how much they've rattled me. I refuse to break. Just watch me. I will free myself from this curse. And yeah. So that is the Cinderella Phenomenon. Granted, my path seems to lead towards more of Franz's route, but I know that's going to be locked until I play through the whole game. So that was actually pretty fun. I really hate doing jerky characters, but you know what? That was all I had to work with for this episode. But the next one, rest assured, it'll be way more fun. So, excuse me. I think I'm going to leave a poll in my YouTube video to ask whether or not I should do a continuation of the Cinderella Phenomenon. I mean, it was pretty fun, but I mean, I admit, it took a toll on my voice and my nerves. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to talk with me, please feel free to check out any of my other socials. I also have a Ko-fi page. Of course, this is not a requirement for you watching my channel. This content, no matter what, will be free for you. Of course, I will probably give more incentives to check out my channel in case you want to donate. But other than that, just please feel free to share, because sharing is caring. Like, share, subscribe. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. DJ MK sign off of this episode, and I will see you on Friday. Okay? Bye, everybody.